Hello friends, we continue to follow the news about the military and geopolitical situation. On the night of July 30th this year, there was a massive combined attack on the territory of Ukraine, which also affected the border regions of Poland. Now calmly, without emotions, without panic, let's analyze what really happened and who benefits from all this. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel right now. Friends, huge thanks to everyone who doesn't hold back. Take 2 seconds to leave a like in support of aerodynamics. A huge thank you for your support. So, write in the comments, why isn't the bald guy at the front? Why isn't the bald guy at the beach? Well, let's get down to business. The first thing that happened, right? Facts and logic. The night strike on Ukrainian targets was large-scale and combined, using ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and attack drones at the same time. There were strikes on Ukrainian territory. Because there were recorded impacts, destruction, unfortunately more infrastructure was hit, and active air defense operations took place in Kyiv, Kryvyi Rih, Lviv, as well as in Kharkiv, Sumy, and Poltava regions. There is destruction of residential buildings, and unfortunately, there are civilian casualties. In Kryvyi Rih, an entire family of 5 was killed. So, well, shall we move on to the Polish part of this story, right? An incident occurred in Poland near the border in the Lublin voivodeship. Sirens sounded, alarm signals were heard. The government security center sent out a warning. Polish and Allied fighter jets were quickly scrambled. However, later in the village of Tarnowa Kolonia, in the Lublin voivodeship, about 80 kilometers from the border with Ukraine, a huge crater was suddenly discovered. The diameter was about 10 meters with scattered metal debris. Before that, local residents reported a powerful explosion. A question arises, 80 kilometers from Ukraine's border, where was the air defense and aviation? Comment below if you know. The area was surrounded by police and firefighters. Well, basically, they're trying to figure out what fell. Well, it looks like it was a Kh-101 missile. It's clear that the incident is being linked to the massive night attack. Well, now we're waiting for the official origin of the object. Or rather, the official confirmation of the object's origin. Well, friends, there are 2 basic scenarios here. First, it's combat testing and probing the defenses. It's a check of the timing and response algorithms of NATO countries. How many minutes does it take to scramble the scramble-ready fighter pairs? How quickly do the radar stations in the border regions get activated? And on what frequencies do the electronic warfare systems start operating? Next. Second, a technical or combat-related malfunction, a routine effect of wartime chaos. Gyroscope failure, navigation system malfunction, missile damage from air defense, or being pushed off course by electronic warfare systems, STR. Basically, the projectile deviates from the intended target by dozens of kilometers. It's possible, and that really can happen. Alright, well, let's move on, so to speak, not to conclusions, but probably to the second part, the political effect. This is when it gets interesting. Let's look at the socio-political reaction inside Poland itself, because in the media space, there's already a wild outcry from the far right and, of course, populist parties. The logic of right-wing populists. My God, why should we wait for some kind of ballistic examination? Why do we need any official investigation reports? They're already shouting, that's it, it's a Ukrainian missile, we're being bombed. Urgently close the borders, stop all military and financial aid, and expel all refugees. Well, that's basically it. The crime is solved, as Ludwig Harek Lyudmila Karystarkovich used to say. So look, why is this being done? This is the usual and uncompromising struggle, as has been the case for the past couple of years, for the electorate in Poland. Populists need a vivid emotional reason to play on the ordinary person's natural fears for their safety and score big political points for the upcoming elections. Now look, the political and economic part, this is how big capital and officials will profit from this, right? So this Kh-101 missile, right, it flew in. Okay, let's look at the material aspect. If we put aside all this newspaper chatter, one fact remains. Dear Poles, let's agree that no one, and dear Ukrainians who are watching me, no one is going to go to war because of a single missile or drone flying in. All this Article 5 of NATO will remain on paper. At most, there will be consultations under Article 4. But the bureaucratic apparatus and the military-industrial capital will make excellent use of the current situation because they will be securing and distributing budgets while talking about it. Regarding the eastern flank threat, we have missiles flying here. Are you kidding? Come on. And now, by the way, we absolutely have to mention that the Ukrainians were given 4 air defense missiles. Seriously? we're all sitting here with our asses hanging out. So, Warsaw will go to Brussels and Washington with a clear conscience to demand billions of euros grants and preferential loans for buying weapons and implementing the Tarsa Shod program, the Eastern Shield. And these are billion-dollar contracts for specific, well-connected contractors and corporations. Of course, I'm not saying in any way that the Poles are bombing themselves. No, I've already outlined two options for what it was and why. Well, what we'll see is a show of frantic activity. The government will issue a series of stern statements, summon the ambassador for a strong protest, have a couple of F-16 fighters fly over the border area in front of TV cameras, and conduct an emergency services drill. They'll block off a couple of streets and that's it. They'll say, see, we're at a high level of readiness. Another international expert commission will be created. They'll spend 6 months preparing a 300-page report that no one will ever read, with spectrometric analysis of the metal and trajectory analysis. In short, then in a week or two, maybe even sooner, all of this will be pushed out by new headlines. And the document, I repeat, which no one will read, will quietly end up in the archive. Well, friends, as they say, for some it's war, for others it's a gold mine. On one side are the liberals, political speculation, and right-wing populism exploiting fears. On the other, pragmatic capitalist calculations to tap defense budgets and redirect funds to the military-industrial complex. Scare the average person, get some new money out of it, and then calmly go back to their offices to drink coffee. That's the real plan for what's going to happen in Poland. And look, I'm saying this without any accusations. I'm not saying that the Poles should now declare war on Russia. No, that's not going to happen. So write in the comments what you think we'll see first. An official, objective expert report on the origin of the debris, or new high-profile right-wing bills about urgently closing the borders, give up social benefits and everything else. Share your opinion in the comments, friends. And I'll be honest with you, I already know for sure. I've already been sent messages on Facebook that there's an uproar. Ukraine is bombing us. What's going on? Why would Ukraine bomb you? Please tell me. I just don't see a single reason. Just because of the Banderites? Well, okay, fine, let it be so. Well, admit it, if we're talking seriously, it's because of the Banderites, right? That's why they're bombing. And even if Russia finds the resources and the will, like they're saying now, that's it, we're going to bomb Yashchenko, Rzeszów, and everyone else. That's a military target. They're supplying. Weapons are being sent to Ukraine there, so we see it as a valid military target. Tomorrow, we'll start sending Shaheds. Anyone not hiding is responsible. We're only targeting military infrastructure. Seriously, who's going to do anything about it? Come on. Do you think Poland would declare war if a Shahed landed there? Russia will just deny it, and Lukashenko or whatever will make a statement, and that's it. We destroyed 4 billion NATO instructors, 100,000 drones, and 2 million tanks there. Okay, so what? So what? Are you all serious? Do you really think anything will change? I really doubt it. Nevertheless, that's the situation. We're staying updated. Leave a like and a comment. Greetings to the working class. See you next time. Turning off the camera.